Hi, and welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame. I'm Jeffrey Driscoll.
And I'm Jim Kerr.
Let's start off with some thanks, Jim, for those who showed up at the Beer Hunters West End location last weekend for our live hot stove. I had a lot of fun.
That was a blast.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was we had lots of people there. And,
my goodness. No Nerf guns in this episode.
No Nerf guns in this episode. But thanks, everybody, for being there. Let's get on with the show here. The Edmonton Oilers wrapped up their home schedule with a fight-filled affair at Rexall Place on Friday. What did you think of the game, Kersey?
What a way to start the final period of your final home game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
100 game misconducts, 7,000 penalty minutes, a fight 7 seconds in.
Exactly.
I kind of felt bad for Clayton Stoner, though. He didn't have his jersey tied down, so his night lasted all of 7 seconds.
Which is
and he lost the fight.
Yeah, and he lost the fight. You really tie down. Come on now, you got to tie down.
How about Big Mac?
I was just gonna say, what do you think about McIntyre coming off and going wild? I've seen him kind of just fight.
Wild.
Yeah, he went crazy on there. Did he save his job for next year?
Well, I think in terms of fighting, his job was never in jeopardy.
No.
I think over the summer he'd be wise to just keep working really hard and plugging away, because the more he can actually play in a non-fighting role, the better off he'll be.
Because right now he's only playing 1 or 2 minutes a game, and sometimes not at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But man, how about seeing that ref do the barrel roll to try and get him?
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was just absolutely, and then he's right back up too. He's
and when they were holding him back, he was mad.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic.
But you know what? I dare you to try and dislike the guy. After the game, some of the reporters were trying to get him to say something about Staubitz.
Yeah.
Oh, he turtled. He goes, I'm not going to say a bad word about the guy. That's his.
No, how do you not
just
like
out there to protect the boys? And oh man, he's the most team player you can possibly get, I think.
No, absolutely. He only plays 1 or 2 minutes a night, and he's still all about it, all about the team. Good for him, absolutely. So I guess we're this time of year. Recap of the season, I guess. What were the best parts or your worst parts? You thinking? And what are the Oilers looking for going forward?
Well, I think to me, the start of the season, it looked like, hey, this might be a team.
Remember we came out, I think it was 5-0 against Calgary or something like that. It was an amazing game. Yeah.
So the way the season started and the way the rest of the season went, pretty big letdown.
Yeah. In
a lot of ways, but that's not to do with really the team itself. That's to do with all the injuries and the bad breaks and it's 2 straight seasons now where there's just been a number of injuries that's seems unnatural for an NHL club.
No, just crazy injuries, and I agree. I mean, those are your worst parts right there.
I guess looking forward, you got to hope that another summer in the gym for some of these young guys, and for everyone, but especially for the young guys who now know what it takes to be a pro, like what it's like being on the road, and the grind of the professional schedule. Now that they know what that's like, you'd hope that coming into the next season they'll be a little more relaxed and prepared, and we should see just that extra year of experience.
And looking forward, we can look forward to the 1st or 2nd overall draft pick. That's something to look forward to, I guess. But I think you're right. I think preparing now that they know what a season is like, especially guys like Piarve, who did play the whole season, and has to know what it's like. But played really well. No, we had some really good pluses going forward. Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see which of the guys who played the last month or so are starting the season with the club next year.
That's a really good point.
Your Omar.
The Omar is the big one,
Yeah, because he's actually... I like the creativity of Linus Omar.
No, I like him too, and he goes into the corners and fights for it. I like that, but he's being sent back to the Oklahoma City Barons for their playoff run.
Yeah.
And he wasn't happy about it at all. He was displeased. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the season when he got sent down to begin with, he was displeased. Came up, played, 60 games maybe, something like that. And he's going back right now, wants to go over and play at the Worlds instead of going to play for in the minor leagues for the playoff push. So he's not pleased at all. So it's interesting to see him. I don't know if he'll make the team again next year if we have a full lineup. If he does,
I think he'd be the one that did.
Yeah, of all of them.
But there are some players who have really played their way into the coach's favor, I think, in the past. Even guys like your Omaras.
Yeah.
He's really, I think, improved throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Petry's my guy.
Yeah,
been really impressed with Petry, and hopefully he can come up and augment that defensive line.
Well, defense is a problem for the Oilers, and the thing, it's tough to really gauge because we haven't had a fully healthy defensive core for a while now.
Yeah, but I mean, speaking of injuries, I mean, you want to look at the Vancouver Canucks. Through 73 games this year, they had lost 306 man games to injury, but still won the President's Trophy. I mean, you look at the Oilers. The Oilers got hit hard with injuries, but through those same 73 games, they were only 221 man games lost. I mean, yes, we got hit with injuries, but what's the difference there?
I think the difference is that for Vancouver, it was a lot of defensemen got hurt, and that that's tough. We obviously feel that pain here in Edmonton, but
big time.
With the Oilers, my goodness, was there a top end player for Edmonton that has gone injury free this season?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No, not really.
Eberle was out,
and there's your difference, right?
But if we're talking about a Vancouver Canucks team where the Sedins missed 20 games here, Kessler missed 15, 20 games, at a different stretch, or at the same time, I think you're looking at a much different team.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just interesting to see how different injuries can affect the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the Oilers, not as many man games lost, but you got your Whitneys, your Horkoffs, your Hemskys.
Absolutely. Your Eberle when he was out.
Eberle,
absolutely.
Hall.
Yeah. No.
Kanye.
All of them.
We don't have all day here.
Right?
We don't have all day. Yeah,
exactly.
Thankfully Eberle's at 43 now.
Yeah,
so.
He broke the curse. What do you think about one of the big news? The big news for the Oiler fans this week was the Raffi Torres hit on Eberle, and Raffi Torres got 4 games, including 2 games in the postseason. Did you think that was just?
Well, I was expecting 2 games, but I've heard some people mention that maybe the fact that Vancouver's final 2 games are literally meaningless.
Throwaways.
It doesn't really punish the player. It might have something to do with that, but I think it might also have something to do with the comments he made in the wake of it. Like,
clean hit.
If the NHL suspends this, what's the league gonna look like in a couple of years? And maybe don't be so defiant.
That's right.
Especially when you're talking about in a lot of ways your employer.
Yeah, that's right.
The Canucks GM agreed with him, but about the clean hit, but. I mean, it wasn't a clean hit.
No, it just wasn't.
Especially not today.
Yeah.
Eberle was reaching, but you left the puck and just went for a shoulder to the face hit.
Totally.
I'm sorry, but that's if the NHL wants to get rid of those types of hits, they have to suspend all of them.
Yes.
Including ones that are borderline.
Yeah.
Like this.
And this is how you start.
And thankfully, Eberle was okay.
Absolutely. Because he had 42 points that night.
No.
So we're going to move on to the GABBYs. These are the good and bad by you. We take the best and the worst of the world of sport, and we present them to you here. If you have any good or bad stories, please email them to us or hit us up on Twitter, and we'll put them in. So first one, a couple of Anaheim Ducks hit some milestones this here in the last parts of the NHL schedule here. Corey Perry cracks the 50-goal mark, and Teemu Selanne breaks 30 goals at 40 years. He's only the 3rd player to do so, Jim. What do you think about Perry for MVP?
That's a tough one because for me, Perry's probably the most valuable player of the Anaheim Ducks, but the Anaheim Ducks without a Teemu Selanne as well and his 80 points might be a different story. But Perry for MVP, 50 goals is impressive.
It is,
but
Perry.
I don't. Well, I mean, he's obviously turned into a hell of a player, and he has been for his whole career so far. But
I can't take it away from Daniel Sedin.
I think but Daniel Sedin without Henry.
That's true too. Who do you want?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think. I'll get back to you guys next week on this one.
Sounds good.
Oh, we're gonna give it good to the Toronto Blue Jays and Travis Schneider.
Yes, Travis Schneider.
Easily my favorite baseball player.
Absolutely.
They've had a pretty good start to the season, but Travis Schneider started the season with a beautiful mustache.
Rocking the mustache. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was Cito Gaston night again.
I was gonna say, reminded me of Cito Gaston night from last year. Absolutely, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and even more impressive than that is the fact that the Rays and Bo Sox had to go 7 games each to get a win, and we're gonna call that a good in the same good.
Yeah.
Because how long has it been that the Blue Jays have kind of been, from the start of the season? Well, we're not gonna win the division. We're not gonna finish second. Maybe we can get a wild card.
Yeah.
But probably not. this might be a year where we've got a chance.
Might be the year. I love the Bull Sox. 0-6, worst opening since 1945.
Flipping war.
Yeah, that was the war, Jim. So, yeah, that's something else. We'll give a good out to the women's ski jumping, who looks like they're in for the 2014 Winter Olympics in Russia. You'll remember, Jim, that they took the decision, they were told that they weren't in the 2010 games in Vancouver. They took that decision all the way to the Supreme Court. What do you think about them getting in?
Well, I think there's no reason for them not to be in. And this whole time I thought it was kind of strange that there was such opposition.
Big time opposition.
To that decision. And it's 2011.
Yeah.
Then it was only 2010. Yeah, so it was a different time. But I'm surprised that it took as long and took as much.
Yeah.
But finally,
Finally, they did. They were saying that they went. This year's World Cup was finally there was some actual competition, and I guess fine, but get them into the games, guys. Come on, let's do this.
It's fair.
It's fair, exactly.
On the bad side of things, which, as you know, is me and Jeff's favorite.
Absolutely.
Or Geoff and I's favorite, in case there's any English teachers watching. Manny Ramirez tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug, according to reports this week, which is why he abruptly retired late last week. You'll remember that he signed a 50-game suspension in 2009. This would have been a 100-game suspension.
Automatic 100-game.
What's going on?
You know what, guys? I'm going to retire. But Manny's...
Hi, MLB?
Yeah.
Hey, which drug test? That one.
Right.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I was planning on retiring after 6 games.
I was going to retire anyways. That's so weird that you called me. I was going to call you. So weird. I can't.
You didn't get my text?
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe that. Manram, come on, for shame, sir.
Yeah,
shame.
It's a sad way to end what was a quite impressive career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although a career that will now be tainted
3
times over or 2 times over by...
Yeah, absolutely no Hall of Fame for him.
Well, you can't.
You can't do it now. I think we're going to give a bad to the New York Islanders and the wrath they have received from the news media over their decision not to allow Chris Botta. He writes a blog called Point Blank, and they denied the access to him access to the team. The thing is that Botta is a member of the Professional Writers Hockey Association, and there's a whole lot more. You guys should go do it, look it up. But the big thing is that. The New York chapter of the PWHA has said that they're not going to vote on the MVP, the NHL MVP, or the Calder, or they're not going to vote on any of those. They're going to abstain from it. I mean, is that an appropriate way to...
I think it's a good protest.
Yeah.
I mean, they've treated them like crap this whole year, and...
It's absolutely been a mess. And
I mean, there's a point where it's obviously personal for them, but it can't be.
It can't be.
I mean, if...
And the big thing is the Islanders really haven't come out with a good thing that said why.
He was critical of the team. Well, hello.
No kidding. News media. That's what we're supposed to do.
We're critical of everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, we're not professional anything, but we're still mad about this. So go check it out though. It's quite an interesting story.
Speaking of bad, Geoff, Mike Weir.
It's just brutal.
I'm not even going to say anymore.
No.
He shot 10 over in the Masters and missed the cut this week. Late this week. A 79
on his second
on
round
Friday.
Yeah.
Come on!
Can you believe that?
Are we finished with Mike Weir?
Yeah, I personally I don't think we talk about Mike Weir I think that's it. I think we're done. He
surely there's a better Canadian golfer.
Absolutely, I'm sure there is. I mean, Stephen Ames is the man right now, but Mike Weir, that's it. I mean, we tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but really lost your tour card this year, and then couldn't do it at the Masters.
I was watching the Masters after work on Friday in high definition. That's the main reason I'm watching it. Just beautiful.
Love it.
Accidentally put the elbow on the remote. It went to regular definition real quick. And I threw up in my mouth.
Not cool, right?
I thought
not cool.
I thought it was just something. I honestly thought there was something on my glasses.
No, I'm with you.
I had to go back real quick.
We're going to go on quick hits here. We've got a lot of good ones here. Dennis Rodman gets called the NBA Hall of Fame. Good to see a guy who had a crazy life outside of basketball get in for the amazing accomplishments inside of basketball.
Absolutely. You kind of expect that he wouldn't because
exactly.
It's crazy.
Good for him. Marty Brodeur finishes with a losing record for the first time in 17-year NHL career. Does he hang him up, Jim?
I say he comes back to avenge this bad season, but it's amazing that it's his first losing season in his entire career. I think it goes back to junior.
Crazy. Joe Thornton scores 1,000 points, becomes the 78th player in NHL history to do it, but is he ever going to win a cup, sir?
Maybe not with San Jose.
Maybe not with San Jose. Exactly. Well, that's our 15 minutes of fame. We're up for this week. Join us again next week when we get a whole new 15 minutes of fame. In the meantime, from the home offices here in Edmonton, I'm Jeffrey Driscoll.
And I'm Jim Kerr.
Have a good week, folks.